This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. Nope.
Y'all, just
Stop.
This is a sham. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. I'm still getting there. It's Thursday, September 16th, the first week of our 5th year on air. We changed our music up a little bit, and I'm still not getting it. I'm still not getting it. I'm Jeff here with Al and Tori. I remembered your names.
That's a start.
Yeah, that's a start.
Bravo.
That's a 5th year start. Good for you. Good for you. All right, let's get to it, guys. Did you all see this? There was some very emotional congressional testimony yesterday by some of America's top gymnasts. They were slamming the FBI for ignoring their sexual abuse claims against former team doctor Larry Nassar. Let's take a look.
I sit before you today to raise my voice so that no little girl must endure what I, the athletes at this table, and the countless others who needlessly suffered under Nassar's guise of medical treatment.
And it disgusts me that we are still fighting for the most basic answers. What is the point of reporting abuse if our own FBI agents are going to take it upon themselves to bury that report in a drawer?
So Larry Nassar is currently serving a prison sentence that will keep him behind bars for life. Meantime, the FBI director told Congress yesterday he doesn't have a good answer for why the Bureau waited more than a year to investigate the claims. I think that's everybody's question, right? And they don't have an answer for it?
Well, maybe they should have one in court.
Well, that's I will tell you this. The Senate asked the Justice Department to join that hearing yesterday to see if criminal complaints could be brought against the FBI agents who ignored Michaela Maroney for years. And they declined to come. But there will be, people are looking into making that a crime at some point. They're no longer with the FBI, but they've not been arrested in any way. And just so you know, Michaela Maroney in 2012 testified, she said...
2012?
Yeah, ready for this? She testified that at the London Games, where she was given a gold medal, he abused her. And then there were a competition in Tokyo, and she was, quote, felt she was going to die that day. I was naked, completely alone, with him on top of me, molesting me for hours.
Before her competition as well?
Correct. At the Tokyo competition.
Not like it makes any difference.
She goes on in her bedroom and calls the FBI before telling her mother at 19. Not only does the guy not put out an investigation, it's not found in any paperwork, he buried it. They lied and made up stuff she didn't even say. So, like, what's the point of the FBI if you're not going to protect the people that represent United States of America? They're just prey. It's one after the other. It was 70-plus girls.
But how did he keep it under wraps, Al? Like, you know, there's certain people of power that kind of, have people in their pockets, and so therefore they can't be touched, right, by government. What does this guy offer anybody?
I just think that it shows you that if you're almost in any position, where you just have access to high-level athletes, very exclusive group of human beings, you can still just do whatever you want. There's a documentary on Netflix called Athlete A. They've been complaining about this for a long time, and in that documentary, it's very disturbing. There were Facebook pages created just to call these young women the W word, for even coming out, calling them liars. Thousands of people. So these accusations, whether it's Penn State with Jerry Sandusky, that was going on for a long time. Jim Jordan, who's a key Republican, was over one of the biggest college wrestling scandals ever at Ohio State that's still currently going on. These are happening at major universities, and no one's doing anything. Somebody walked in on what was happening with Jerry Sandusky while it was happening, and they went home and went to dinner. So this is on us, too, as a species. Like, there's something wrong with the House, like I always say. This is not just our legal department, which has also failed embarrassingly.
No, the whole system failed. And Director Wray said, on no planet is this acceptable. On no planet.
I think times have changed for the better, right? I know we're going through a lot right now, but I think in the past, with all these situations, allegations that we just talked about, people didn't want to be involved.
Completely.
They just like, listen, this isn't happening to me. It doesn't directly affect me. I'm going home to have dinner.
Yeah.
That's what they think.
Literally,
I think now people are taking accountability.
I agree.
We're in a better place, even though it doesn't seem like it.
Slowly
right?
but surely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's because of women like this that stand up and do that.
Absolutely.
That's terrifying.
All right, guys, we're going to switch gears, a little something more positive here. It looks like Jeopardy is putting a pause on rotating hosts, depending on who you like, maybe not so positive throughout the season. According to Variety, Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings with the host They're going to host the shows the rest of the season, okay? I don't know what happened there. Hosting most of the episodes, Mike Richards is currently hosting this week. So last month, he stepped down as the permanent host and then was later fired as EP after some past controversy. So Mayim Bialik is going to host the rest. I thought they were going to go back to rotating again. What's going on?
I think Jeopardy needs to have a little time out and figure out what's going on. They're a little bit back and forth on everything, and what people like about Jeopardy is it's oatmeal. It's consistent. It's the same every day in your living room every time. You never have to be shocked. People rely on Jeopardy as like an alarm for them. They know what time it is when they sit down to eat. This is causing way too much controversy for a very supposed to be very sort of generic show, sort of buttoned up show.
Yeah.
And it's caused this whole thing. Now, people love Ken Jennings, people love Mayim. The problem is they both have backgrounds in which Ken has some raunchy tweets and Mayim had some maybe interesting advertisements for shots and vaccines and things like that. So anyone's going to have a problem, but Jeopardy needs a timeout.
Listen, I think they brought it upon themselves. You know what I mean? They need to make their own decisions. They can't let social media tell executives of major networks how to run their company.
And
that's what they're doing. Now they open a door. Now you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Whoever you get now is going to be ridiculed.
Yeah,
right?
But, Jeff, to push back, there's two sides of this huge mistake. The executives allowed the viewers to think that they were picking because they were like, here's this rotating panel, and people are voting every week. They should have just said, we'll miss Alex. Here's Jeff Schroeder, the new host. Shut up and enjoy him. And everybody would have been like, okay.
Jeff?
Yeah.
For Jeopardy?
Look at this man.
I couldn't even read what was going on here. How am I going to read what? There's a bunch of hosts hosting Jeopardy. I don't know.
Something's happening.
You think I'm going to read the Nina Pinton Santa Maria? Coming up on DBL, our interview with Tyra Banks. What does she think about some of the controversial contestants joining Dancing with the Stars this season? And are Harry and Meghan giving us Twilight vibes?
Yes. Not good.
The Time magazine cover that has people talking.
A lot of people said follow the money trail. There has to be one.
For what?
I guess this is Carrie Hill. Carrie, if you're watching, let us know what you think
Or
about probably the gymnast. That's actually a good point. Also, Ray's Vibe says if this were a black guy, though.
I'm just always I think about stop and frisk. They said the thing Giuliani had set up in New York over the course, it was a one square block. They stopped over 800,000 kids in the course of a year. 800,000 stops. Yeah. No reason, just threw them against the wall looking for him. And then this guy comes back out of the desert without his girlfriend. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go inside and, watch some Rick and Morty. And everybody's like, okay, well, this legal mastermind, she shut his door. What are we going to do? So, it's very hard for black men to understand the law because it does not apply to us. So, I'm explain to me how, in theory, this works. It seems really cool. It seems like it works for people.
It's really cool because there's two justice systems. If you're wealthy and usually white, you get a different justice system, which means better defense litigators.
OJ got that.
Well, if you're rich, that's another one. If you're wealthy, you have a completely different access to privilege of who you get to represent you, what you wear, what you do in the courtroom, who coaches you. As you can see from Brittany, she had a terrible lawyer, right? And what happened when she hired a good one? It all changed. Now Jamie's filed to not be a conservator. So there's two strong justice systems, and grossly unfair.
Yeah, but it does seem that you do see famous mafia guys getting off with better sentences, big time drug dealers. Because, nobody went to jail from Big Pharma.
Nope.
Nobody. Not one person.
No.
Have you watched Cocaine Cowboys?
Yes. Yeah, oh gosh.
They got off a couple times.
I've seen it a couple times. Yeah, it's amazing.
Great. It's a great documentary.
There's a follow-up series, too, where it's 6 episodes where they follow, just one guy in Miami, but it's really, really
Oh, really?
Dude, you got to watch this on Netflix.
It's fascinating.
Yeah,
and then they get the best lawyers in the country and they get off.
Right, it works. There's a reason that somebody's 1,500 hours.
Welcome back to DBL. Time Magazine has once again chosen its 100 most influential people, and this year, our very own Al. Oh, that's not Al. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
You look different, Al.
They made the cut. They're featured on the cover as one of the most influential icons, but the cover also sparked some memes on social media. I believe Tori sent one in too. One said, Meghan and Harry look like Bella and Edward from Twilight.
I could see that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Another compared the cover to the Step Brothers movie poster. I would actually take that one as a compliment. I would like that one. Another influential star who got their own cover, gymnast Simone Biles, singer Billie Eilish with her blonde hair, and actress Kate Winslet.
Huh.
What did she do? Oh, what was she in?
Mary of Easttown?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It was fantastic.
Great.
But influential?
That's what I was wondering, but I mean, I thought it was good.
Did you guys,
that's a good point.
did you have any influential people of this year?
I do. For me, the most influential person, again, is not the most person you look up to the most. It's who turned your head the most. Who made you turn your head? It's the neck of the year. Am I right? And who do we all turn to the most?
Wow.
It is the neck of the year. Dr. Fauci. We look to him
Dr.
the most.
Fauci's the neck of the year.
Yeah, he's the neck of the year. We all look to him. He's the guy you go to. There's no one above him. And we have a major crisis. That is obviously, to me, the most influential.
I mean, for me, Tori, it was Tucker Carlson. I mean,
that's
you know,
fair.
it doesn't matter how you feel about him, but I mean,
He's
he really sets the talking points for the Conservative Party, which is most of his party, the most viewed cable show.
Totally.
Obviously, our president was our former president was looking to him to see what he was talking about, and then that's how he would base his policy. So, I mean, if he's not, you know, influential, I don't know who is.
It's like him and Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but he's bigger than Joe because like Tucker is huge.
Yeah, he is.
Let's show mine. Do we have one for mine? Nobody. Absolutely
Wait, what?
nobody. Yeah, I picked nobody because what a time in our history for someone to step up, right? Whether it be politically, whether it be what's going on with this pandemic. You said Dr. Fauci, I don't think he handled it perfectly well as he could have. I don't think anyone could have. I'm not blaming Dr. Fauci specifically, but if there was a time in our history for someone to step up,
a leader.
They give us these two options for our presidents. That's our options as a country. As a world, we can't handle this pandemic. We have people fighting and dividing. Nobody's stepping up to lead us in any sort of direction. Social media is dividing us more than we've ever been divided before. Nobody's stepping up.
There's a vacuum.
No MLK. There's nobody stepping up to put us together in this world, and that's what we need.
You're saying there's a vacuum, which I think is a really interesting point, that there's a hole there as a leader, and when we don't have a vacuum, it just goes into chaos. I think that's a really interesting point.
We're in a tough place because I think that there are things that we are unified and could be unified about because we're all basically the same.
Yeah.
We all want to have a safe place to live, a roof over our head, and watch our kids grow up. That's basically what most people want. I would say 99% of people.
But that's not what we hear.
Yeah, but there's no financial incentive in that, Jeff. So the financial incentive is to get subscribers to come to your page. So you need to say, Jeff Schroeder is the devil, Tori Shulman is this. And then people go, you know what? Are they? Click this link. Click this link. You get it. It's a financial incentive for negativity. And until we fix that business model, which is what most people go to is social media, there will be a financial incentive to keep us divided. Until we take that away, we're not going to go anywhere.
Well, I think we need to focus more on our values other than finance, getting back to family life, home life, what makes you happy, not the almighty dollar.
That sounds corny, but it's so real, man.
Yeah.
It's so real.
Wow, we got deep.
We
Yeah.
did.
Deep there. Coming up on DBL, Tyra Banks keeps it real just like us. She's giving us the behind-the-scenes scoop on this season's Dancing with the Stars.
We all know.
Piers Morgan is making a comeback, and he's coming to America, folks. I'm Sofia Gonzalez. This is Fast Blast, and Piers Morgan is going to Fox News Media. He's set to create content for Fox Nation and the New York Post. This all comes 6 months after he was asked to leave Good Morning Britain after storming off set. Think about the greatest song of all time. Did you think about Respect by Aretha Franklin? R-E-S-P-C-T. Well, Rolling Stone seems to think so after updating their list of 500 greatest songs of all time for the first time in 17 years. The second spot goes to Fight the Power by Public Enemy. And just for fun, Missy Elliott's Get Your Freak On was number 8. What do you think the greatest song of all time is? Let us know in the comments. I personally think it's Bohemian Rhapsody, but it was number 17.
Nobody loves me.
So what do I know?
Welcome back to DBL. She gave Dancing with the Stars a makeover, and now she's serving up all the tea about the season 30 cast. Plus, she's given us the scoop on her latest venture. Tyra Banks joined us earlier in today's Chatting with the Stars.
How are you feeling today, Tyra? You look great. Cute dress.
I am feeling good. You know, I love that you think this is a dress. I have on leggings and some like Vans on the bottom of this. It is a top, but it is like corseted and like very uncomfortable. So thank you.
But I love that you paired it with Vans, so at least the feet are comfortable,
Yeah,
right?
I was going to wear the same thing today, and that would have been
Super
so
comfortable.
weird.
Okay, so the Dancing with the Stars cast has some controversial surprises. We have a lot of our viewers writing in, Tyra. They want to speak to you about Olivia Jade, who they think should be canceled. So they want to know from you, what do you think is going to come from that? Also, just a little bit behind the scenes, does the show look to cast controversial contestants to keep people watching? Please divulge the tea.
Yeah, so I'm not on the casting team at all. I get some FYIs and some kind of like what they think my opinion is, but I don't make the final decisions. But you know, I think we have to remember sometimes people are human beings, and there's different sides to stories, and there's a whole world. We are so like, we don't have time. You know, it's just like there's news and there's stuff happening all the time, and you're flipping and you're flipping and you're seeing, oh, this person means this and this person means this, and you put them in a category and you dismiss them and you move on. But they're human beings with a whole other side of stuff or a truth that you don't know. So I think we need to give Olivia a chance and listen to her side of this. Of course, she's going to share her story. And I guarantee you, you're going to hear things like, dang, I didn't know that. So just give her a chance. Just listen.
Amen. Well
Advice for
said.
Tyra Banks. I like it. Another contestant, Tyra, that's getting a lot of buzz is Jojo Siwa, because typically males lead on the dance floor. She is the first same-sex couple on Dancing with the Stars. 2 females. How is this going to work out? Who leads in this situation, Tyra?
First of all, let's talk about a man leading on the dance floor all the time. Right? We got women CEOs. We got women like breaking the news down right there in Denver. We've got all these women leading and doing their thing, but a man is still leading on the dance floor. We need to break that ballroom ceiling, first of all. That's another thing. So that's a whole other thing, separately from what Jojo Siwa is doing, which is breaking the ceiling off of what we have been taught is love, and what we have been taught is dance. And for her to be so young and to do this, and I always say that when you're first, you are breaking down the walls, you are going through that forest, you're getting cuts and scratches and brambles all stuck to you, but you are opening the door and making the way for other people to not feel that pain. And so what she is doing is like loud and brash and beautiful, and she's actually saving lives in the process. I truly believe that.
I totally agree. When you're a pioneer, you take the heat, but she has to be brave enough to do it. Unbelievable, right? All right, as a gorgeous supermodel, you might not have known you are, but you can wear just about anything. And we just saw the Met Gala. There's a lot of looks going on. I need to know what inspires your looks and about this season. What is surprises in store? Or what are you looking for this season?
Headdresses, maybe?
Yeah, is there any Iman like headdresses I could do?
I want to have people like call each other and be like, girl, look at Tyra. She looks amazing. Turn on the TV. And then I want that friend turn on the TV and be like, what are you talking about? Tyra looks crazy.
I I have to ask you about this. You worked with the great Lionel Richie on the Smize cream, and I need to know what was it like to work with him, and what does Lionel Richie taste like?
I was just at his house last night. That just sounded weird, actually. Meeting about Smize cream, but I have tasted Lionel Richie. But his flavor of Smize cream, called All Night Love, that we created with him, it is full of his favorite childhood flavors. There's creamy, dreamy vanilla custard style ice cream. There's salted caramel. There's a midnight cookie crumble swirl and milk chocolate covered fudge hearts. And yes, and there is a what we call a Smize surprise in the bottom of that Lionel Richie flavor, where you have to dig, baby, dig for a cookie dough chunk that we call caramel scotch. Our caramel play on butterscotch honey. And the flavor is called All Night Love.
See, now we know what Lionel Richie tastes like. All right, you guys try to call me.
That's what Lionel Richie tastes like.
Yes.
You've been redeemed, my friend.
Thank you, Sam.
What made you get into ice cream? Are you an ice cream fan?
I have been obsessed with ice cream for my entire life. My mother and I used to bond over it. Friday nights after school, we'd get in the car, we'd go to the ice cream shop, she'd get chocolate, I got coffee flavored ice cream. Even my young self liked coffee flavored.
Yeah, wow.
And we would sit in the car and talk about, we'd talk about everything. Anything and everything. And so ice cream for me is like connection, it's family, it's tasty, it's indulgent.
Thank you so much for being here. DBL Nation, you can catch the premiere of season 30 of ABC's Dancing with the Stars on September 20th. Thank you so much, Tyra.
I'll be love watching.
You're welcome.
I'm getting ice cream.
All night love. I'm about to go taste Lionel right now. Bye, y'all.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
COVID variant in the US. It's called Mu. The World Health Organization recently labeled it a variant of interest because of its potential to evade the immune system, making some people nervous. Verify viewer Craig emailed us asking, are COVID variants like Mu more serious than the original? Well, Craig, let's verify. Our sources are GISAID, which tracks variants globally, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the World Health Organization, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and 2 infectious disease doctors.
The new variants are not necessarily more severe or more transmissible.
There are 7 variants between Delta and Mu. According to Dr. Campbell, there's good reason you probably haven't heard of them.
All those other ones between Delta and Mu exist, but they're not so much more transmissible that they took over.
According to data from the CDC and NextStrain, Delta accounts for 99% of new COVID cases in the US and roughly 88% of cases globally, making it the dominant strain. Now let's talk about Mu specifically. The variant was first identified in Colombia back in January, but now it's in dozens of countries, including the US, where more than 2,400 cases of Mu have been confirmed across all 50 states. While Mu is the dominant variant in Colombia, it accounts for less than 1% of all COVID-19 infections in the US as of September 15th, according to GISAID. Concerns about the Mu variant grew when the WHO recently labeled it a variant of interest. These are variants that haven't spread far but are contributing to an increased proportion of cases or outbreak clusters, according to the CDC. During a news conference last week, Dr. Fauci confirmed that the Mu variant has the potential to be more resistant to antibodies than other variants, but says it's too soon to tell.
This variant has a constellation of mutations that suggest that it would evade certain antibodies, not only monoclonal antibodies, but vaccine and convalescent serum-induced antibodies. But there isn't a lot of clinical data to suggest that. It is mostly laboratory in vitro data.
As a virus spreads, it makes copies of itself. According to Dr. Bollinger, that's when mutations happen.
Sometimes it changes for good, sometimes it changes for bad, but it changes every time it replicates.
So we can verify, COVID variants like Mu are not always more serious than the original. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Welcome back to DBL, such a lovely place. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals. Earlier, Steph showed Tori some amazing products and even better prices. Here's this week's Dbl Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com.
All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie? I'm in the mood.
Hey, Tori, I have got some wonderful products and even better deals, and I cannot wait to share them with you. So check this out. First up, it's the Swiss Tech 11-piece makeup brush set with a bonus carrying bag. So you get 11 brushes, so there's no need to keep your multi-purpose brush for everything.
Right.
These brushes were handcrafted by a professional makeup artist.
wow.
So normally this set is as much as $50. We've got them for $15. I know, saving everyone 70%. Now, Tori, we've also got some amazing Laura Geller, the Real Deal Concealer.
I love Laura Geller.
And we've got them in a range of 6 shades, and the formula is intensely pigmented and it's packed with antioxidants, so it means you'll hide all your imperfections. Normally, one of these is as much as $26, but you can get one from us for only $12, saving up to 54%. Now, this next item is just so plush. They're Enchanted Home Luna 6-piece Turkish towel sets, and since they're loomed from premium Turkish cotton, they're the perfect towel to wrap yourself up in. So normally it's as much as $130.
Yeah, I could see that.
But we've got it, Tori, for only $39, saving our viewers 70%. Now, last but certainly not least, this product will be sure to grab anyone's attention. This is the Steel Time NY Genuine Leather Crossbody bag. We all know how important pockets are, and these have plenty. So normally these are as much as $40.
Yeah, I was like, I bet it's 40 or up, yeah.
But guess what? We've got them for $19. $19, saving 53%.
This is a gift to all of you. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com right on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph.
So, Tori, do we have time for your super fantastic meme?
No, but basically it just says that Harry looks like her hairdresser looking at Meghan, showing off her layers.
Oh, we don't have it?
No, it's just that was the meme.
That's what I thought it was going to be. DBL's new every day. Maybe you'll see you tomorrow.